Once upon a time, at the edge of a deep forest, there lived a poor woodcutter and his wife with their 2 children. The children's names were Hansel and Gretel. The family was very poor, and they often struggled to find enough food to eat. One day, when there was no food left in the house, the stepmother said to the woodcutter,
"We must take the children into the forest and leave them there. We can no longer care for them."
The woodcutter was heartbroken and refused at first, but he eventually gave in. Hansel had overheard their plan. That night, he secretly filled his pockets with small white pebbles. The next morning, their parents took Hansel and Gretel deep into the forest. They left the children under a tall tree, saying,
"We'll be back soon."
But they never returned. Hansel had quietly dropped pebbles along the way. When night fell, the stones sparkled in the moonlight. Hansel showed Gretel the path, and the children followed the trail back home. A few days later, there was still no food. This time, the stepmother led them even deeper into the forest. Hansel wanted to collect more pebbles, but the door had been locked. Instead, he put breadcrumbs in his pocket and dropped them as they walked. But birds had eaten all the crumbs. There was no trail to follow. They were lost.
And just before the next page turns, why not tap the like button and subscribe? The magic continues.
After wandering for hours, the children came upon a strange house made entirely of candy, chocolate, and cookies. Hungry and tired, they couldn't resist and began nibbling at the sweet walls. Just then, an old woman opened the door.
"Oh, dear children, come inside. You must be starving," she said kindly.
But the old woman was actually a witch in disguise. She locked Hansel inside a cage and made Gretel do chores around the house. Each day she fed Hansel and checked his finger to see if he was fat enough. But clever Hansel tricked her by holding out a bone instead of his finger. One day the witch grew impatient.
"Tomorrow I will cook you,"
she shouted. She told Gretel to heat up the oven. When the witch bent down to check the oven, Gretel acted quickly.
"Is it hot enough inside?"
she asked sweetly. As the witch leaned closer, Gretel gave her a strong push. The witch stumbled into the oven, and Gretel quickly shut the door. A flash of light burst out, and the witch was gone. Her magic vanished. Gretel ran to free Hansel from the cage. Inside the house, they found gold coins and sparkling jewels. They filled their pockets and left the house. After a long journey, they found their way back home. Their father welcomed them with open arms, overjoyed. The stepmother had already disappeared. From that day on, Hansel and Gretel lived happily, safely, and with plenty to eat.